Hey everybody, Art Burns here, back inside again, avoiding the wood chipper outside on this gorgeous Colorado afternoon. One of these days they'll be done with their work and I'll be able to enjoy this time outside and bring you some videos from the gorgeous weather out there. But I hope wherever you are, the weather is nice too. I hope your internal weather is as good as the weather outside, and as spring starts to blossom and things start to feel good and we start to feel maybe some promise and seeing sort of a light at the end of the tunnel of what we've been going through. It's very important to recognize that, in these times especially, that nothing is permanent. That every experience that we have is impermanent and is always changing, is always progressing, is always evolving, is ebbing and flowing. And just recognizing this helps us to get through whatever it is that might be challenging us. And I hope you're able to do that during these very, very strange weeks in which we're living, even as we start to lift some of the restrictions we're living under, whether that might bring some fear, or that might bring some apprehension, or it might bring excitement and relief. It's going to be different for every single person, but whatever that's bringing for you, just recognize whether it's a positive feeling, something that feels good, or a feeling that doesn't feel good, that is bringing negative emotions of some sort. Remember that it's all impermanent, that in a couple months time you're going to feel different one way or the other, and circumstances are going to be different, experiences are going to be different, and it's important to recognize that as often as we can. And one of the best ways to get to recognizing this impermanence is through building a habit of doing it. And in order to build a habit, the best way to do that is to repeat the same activity or the same process day after day after day until your body knows it more than your mind does, right? Because remembering to think about impermanence, that doesn't always work, right? And that's hard. But building a habit of recognizing impermanence and building a habit of feeling impermanence, that's much easier. It's much more simple, and as long as you're willing to put a little time and a little bit of effort into doing daily activities, then the habit will come. It's unavoidable. It just happens because your body wants this. Your body wants automatic behavior. Your body wants something that it can rely on day after day after day, and that's what a habit is. And so if you feed your body this habit forming activity, I promise you it will work. It's almost like it can't not work. And so, to that end, I would like to offer you today a very, very simple but very powerful meditation to kind of, build the awareness of our emotions, our sensations, and the sort of the thought process, and also the sort of tendencies and patterns that sort of govern the process of all of this. What you'll realize as you go through a practice like this, or even just when I explain it to you now, the sensations are caused by emotions in your body, right? You have an emotion that causes a sensation, but the emotion itself is caused by a thought, right? And then so the thought creates the emotion creates a sensation in your body, then the sensation then inspires another thought, a like thought, right? Like you're not gonna, that's how cycles happen, right? Like when you're thinking something positive, it's going to give you a positive emotion, which is going to give you a pleasant sensation in your body. You're then going to have another positive thought, which is going to give you another positive emotion, another pleasant sensation in your body, and it's going to be an upward spiral. Or it could go the other way. You could have a negative thought, a thought of uncertainty, of fear, of grief, or of shame, or anger. Thoughts associated with those emotions, which cause those emotions to happen in your body, which then causes sensation that is negative. Maybe you think something that inspires an emotion of anger, for instance, or fear, right? And then the sensation in your body could be from that emotion could be something like a tightness in your chest, or a dryness in your throat, right? And then that sensation is going to inspire another thought that is probably going to also be a thought that's based in fear, or some similar emotion, which is then going to create another sensation, which is going to create this cycle, right? And this is how, when we do this over and over again, that's how we become, moods happen, right? Like you get into a bad mood. A bad mood is just simply that downward spiral that's going, right? And then, of course, a mood that lasts days or weeks or months, that becomes kind of a disposition, right? And if that lasts years and years and years, then it becomes a personality trait, right? And so the key to being able to control some of this and to break these cycles and to live your life where you're not under the sort of control of these things, to break free of that control, the key is awareness of the process, right? The key is the awareness of how these thoughts, emotions, and sensations influence each other, and also the awareness of these thoughts and patterns that kind of, define this whole process, right? Drive this whole process, almost the connective tissue between all three of these things, right? This is what we call the four pillars of mindfulness, right? And today I'm offering you again a very simple meditation that you can do. It takes about 20 minutes or so. Just sit, play the audio, sit with it, and just all you're doing is just bringing awareness first to the sensations, then to the emotions, then to the thoughts, and then we have a few words about this sort of driving force behind this whole thing. What we consider the tendencies and the patterns of our minds. In modern parlance, you might consider it the programming of your mind, right? And so I invite you to try this meditation out. The link will be in the comments below, and I invite you to try it and let me know how you like it. All right, and if you do like it and you'd like to learn more about how it works and maybe figure out how you can do this kind of practice or other practices that will feed into the same benefits as this one, all you got to do is reach out and talk to me. Okay, you can leave a comment below, or you can send me a direct message, and we can start a conversation either virtually or real on the phone, back and forth, whatever you like to do. But I'd be more than happy to help you to understand this, because the better you understand it, and I have just a whole line of clients in front of you that have done this kind of work and have realized the benefit of the stress reduction and the release from the grief and the anxiety that can be associated with some of the big things that we have to deal with in life. And again, it all starts, the very foundation of our well-being, physically, mentally, and emotionally, is awareness. Okay, that's not a spiritual concept, that's a hard-nosed neuroscientific concept, and I'd be more than happy to explain to you more how that works as well. So thank you, enjoy the meditation, thanks for listening, I wish you well, and I can't wait to hear how this works for some of you. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.